Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS, rules well. Peace and salutation to elect. My name is Ainal. The title of this video is Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Now, basically, we're in the time of the Lord's judgment. Lord willing, this is the hopeful year of, our deliverance, which is Jacob's deliverance and destruction and judgment of Esau Edom. We have Donald Trump in office, pursuant to Isaiah 19. He is that cruel Lord to rule over, Babylon the Great, and that's going to bring in the destruction. Every day there's news about a new Israeli backed or former Israeli, soldier member joining the cabinet of Babylon the Great. So just like the scriptures say in Jeremiah 50, 48, I believe, let me see. Jeremiah 50 and 45, it says, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the land of Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make the habitation desolate with them. Right? And this is talking about Israel. Right? And a lot of the problems that Israel is having over there in the Levant region, what you call the Middle East over there by Syria, is because of these different nations that's surrounding it. And Babylon the Great has always came in to help them. And this is no different with the Trump launches airstrikes on ISIS and Somalia, that area over there. So, Lord willing. So we'll get into this chapter, Second Ezra chapter 16, but I'll go ahead and play this.
Shifting our focus now, the U.S. military has conducted airstrike against Islamic State operatives in Somalia. This is the first attack by the U.S. during President Donald Trump's second term. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said strikes targeted Islamic State Somalia operatives in the Golis Mountains in the semi-autonomous Puntland area. An initial assessment by the Pentagon indicated that multiple Islamic State operatives were killed in the attack. U.S. President, in a social media post on Truth Social, said the strikes destroyed the caves of terrorists without harming any civilians. The post further added that ISIS has been on the target of the United States and many terrorists were killed in the attack. Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has said that the operation reinforces the strong security partnership between the two countries in combating extremist threats. In a social media post on X, the president said Somalia remains resolute in working with its allies to eliminate international terrorism and ensure regional stability. Meanwhile, the Somalian forces have increased patrolling in the area. Puntland Information Minister has said that its forces have managed to confine Islamic State activities to the hills and has urged the international community to supply ammunition in its fight against terrorism.
We asked the federal government to bring military supplies for it is constitutionally required. This is part of the defense of the Indian Oceans with equipment.
The Islamic State affiliate in Somalia emerged in 2015 as a breakaway faction from Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda's East African link, and is most active in Puntland, particularly in Galgala Mountains, where it has established hideouts and training camps and is led by Abdul Qadir Mumi. The Pentagon's counterterrorism strategy in Africa has been strained as 2 weeks partners, Chad and Niger, ousted U.S. forces last year and took over key bases that the U.S. military.
All right, so with the collapse of the Syria, basically after the ceasefire that Israel had, they went in there, they took over the land. You can remember Benjamin Netanyahu, who's actually on the way to meet Trump, or probably is already talking with Trump, or whatever the case may be, to discuss their next moves, right? They were pretty happy about that. And now Trump is, striking into Syria. And I could only imagine that it's for, like I just read, Jeremiah 50 and 45, Israel. So they can go in there and have peace and safety, and expand their borders. So this is second Ezra chapter 16, verse 1. It says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." And I'm reading this right here in my Bible in my hand. And we'll move around. I'm about to get these scriptures. We'll move around and get some scriptures. It says, I'll read that again. "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." Right? And once again, that's that cruel Lord who's going to bring this in. Let's grab Isaiah 19. You know, Lord willing, is be pretty quick. I plan on reading to about 53. So, and this is, you know, all this boils into it. This is Isaiah 19:1. It says, "The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, which is modern day Babylon the Great. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it." Right? Yahushai is going to come pursuant to 2nd Ezra chapter 13. He's coming with clouds, you know, which is pursuant to Revelations 1 and 7. Basically, and every eye shall see him. These clouds are the chariots, right? And they're going to shoot forth laser beams. It's going to burn up, you know, the inhabitants and whoever else, and also the missiles that's coming, you know, which we'll get a little bit of that too. You know, it says, "And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian," so the American will be against the American, you know, and basically that's exactly what's happening. Babylon the Great is completely divided. This is another one of those problems and troubles, you know, coming upon them on every side. You know, they're divided. They do not know how to proceed, you know, in one mind, basically moving forward. It says, "And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." And that's coming too. You know, you got even now Jacob's trouble at hand. The northern tribes, you know, are being shipped off to Guantanamo Bay, you know, and being sent back to the areas that they came from, which, you know, if you've been listening to the elder apostles and the men of the Lord, it's better to get the hell out of America anyway, you know. So, you know, but you can't escape the destruction. But if you leave in America, it ain't that bad, bro. This bitch is about to be blown up. All right. So anyway, it says, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, to the wizards." See, you know, Babylon was a golden cup in the Lord's hands, but now here at the end, all that wisdom that Esau Edom had is pretty much gone. That's why you look up and you see drones, literal drones in the sky, with flashing lights on them, pretending to be the chariots of the Lord, right, to try to deceive the people, which some of them are deceived, you know, but majority of people are not. You know, they have code names for it and all of that. It says, "And the spirit of Egypt, which is Babylon, shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy it." I just read that. It says, "And the Egyptian will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai." Right? It says the Lord Yahweh hosts. I mean, so that's the point. Basically, you know, even some of the brothers have already said it, that this guy, the president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, is moving like an emperor. You know, he's trying to annex lands to himself, you know, which is basically grab these lands to himself. Canada, Greenland, pretty soon probably Mexico too. You know, he already changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. So he's moving with great fierce, you know, as a fierce king, just like the scriptures say, right? So there you go. So moving on, going back to where we at. It says, "A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?" Isaiah 50. Okay, so let me grab this. I got a precept right here. That was going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. We just read the third and fourth verse. You get Isaiah 54 and 16. We got Isaiah 54 and 16. It says, "A sword is sent among you." This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 3. It says, "A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?" Right. So that's the point. You know, basically destruction is at hand, just like we got in this thing here. I'll play it again.
Shifting our focus now, the U.S. military has conducted airstrike against Islamic State operatives in Somalia. This is the first attack by the...
All right, so basically, war is upon them. This Isaiah 54:16, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that broke the coals in the fire, and then bringing forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the wasters to destroy it." And these are talking about the missiles, right? The Most High put it in the mind of these Edomites, to create these missiles that's going to bring in their end. And Trump, I don't know, who knows, what is it? He got in the 21st. It's probably like 2 weeks later, and he's already shooting missiles on people. All right. It says, verse 5 in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, it says, "Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?" Right? So there's no peace and safety. There's no trying to stop this. There's no trying to denucleify, which Trump was saying he wanted to do, but he's already shooting missiles, right? He's shooting missiles at the weak nations. Anyway, it says, "May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it hath begun to burn?" And that's the point. And I wanted to play like a video in the back, or a still of just fire burning, or whatever the case may be. I seen a picture that I like here on CNN, and I tried to go to it, and they popped up that I need to pay to watch CNN, which this is like the news. This is the actual news, and now they're paying. You got to pay to watch that. So the devil is losing. You cannot watch the news online, CNN. You can't watch it without paying them. That just shows that the devil is losing, right? He's losing control of the narrative, and he don't want you to see. It says in verse 6, "May any drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer." And Yahweh said that he's coming to send fire upon earth. And what will he if it was already kindled? Roughly paraphrasing scripture. And that's meaning that, he wished it was already burning. And it is. It's on fire. It says, "The mighty Lord Yahweh sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord Yahweh shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?" Verse 12 in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 12, it says, "The earth quaketh, and the foundation thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep. And the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and before the glory of his power." That's Isaiah 24, because let's grab it. That's what's coming. Nuclear war is coming, right? And these nuclear missiles will shake the earth. This is Isaiah 24:20. It says, "The earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgressions thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again." Right? So Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom, and his rulership, conquering the nations in the world, will go down. Verse 13 in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, it says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." Right? And basically that's going to be America, Babylon the Great. Grab Joel 2. So you get Joel 2, it says the terrible visitation. What is that? The nuclear missiles hitting Babylon the Great. This virgin daughter Babylon the Great, right? This place that has not experienced, much tribulation over here, never to be attacked and things like that. Pretty soon they're going to be attacked. So I'll grab this Joel 2, and I'll just start. Just get it from the top. It says, Joel 2:1, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh coming, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall there any more after it. Neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame." Remember, it says the terrible visitation. So it's going to visit this place, Babylon the Great. these nuclear missiles. It says a fire devours before them, and behind them a flame, burn it. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. So basically, wherever the land is at before it hits them, is everything is good, but after it hits, it's complete desolate waste. Joel 2:4 says, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face, the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. And I mean, even recently, these different troubles that's hitting Babylon the Great. Let me see if I can find it. Let's check the news. Here we go.
Good evening, I'm Abby Phillip, and we begin with breaking news tonight. Another plane has crashed in another American city, and this time it is Philadelphia. I want to reset what we know at this hour. We are told a twin-engine medevac jet took off from a local airport en route to Missouri. That plane reached 60.
All right, so there you go. And when this happened, I was watching it on TikTok, and a lot of people, they got the doorbell cameras and their phones and different things, and it just showed their fear and the pain, and the, how they ran away from this plane crashing. And some people said it looked like a missile. So when these missiles do come, and they see it coming, because that's exactly what happened. They seen the plane coming. It was trouble with terrible fear. When these missiles come, it's gonna be the same thing, but even worse. Joel 2:6 says, before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks, right? These are the nuclear missiles. These missiles will be shot and sent and will hit their mark, just like Trump sent those missiles over there in Syria, trying to clear space for his Israeli buddies. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13. It says, for strong, I read that, but anyway, it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Right, so these plagues are hitting. This is the beginning of sorrows. Right, it says the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Right, so the Most High's word doesn't go out void. The prophecies will be fulfilled. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginnings of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So like I said, and that was pursuant to Matthew 24, the sign of his coming, right? Trump is shooting these missiles off. We about to get into it. Let me grab this over here, Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47:11, it says, and this is going to Babylon the Great, but even our people now, you watch the other brothers that, posting videos and things like that about these particular topics about our people, just all hell is breaking loose, and they're not considering the scourges that are sent. They just, of course, some people are feeling it. You got the northern tribe now feeling it. Pretty soon, Jake laughing ass is going to feel it too. Isaiah 47:11, it says, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Right? And all hell is breaking loose, all over the place. Going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16, we're at 19 now, verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. All right? Let me grab this in Revelation 9:20. Over here. It says, So this is going into some of the vials, the fifth, the trumpets, the vials. Where these Revelation 9:20 it says, and the rest of the men which were not killed. So the plagues are sent, and then these are the different seals that has been broken and unleashed by the angels. Revelation 9:20 it says, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murderers, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. Right, and of course this is Esau, Edom, and then also of course our people that are joined unto Esau. All will be thrust through. Right, thus saith the Lord. Now this is verse 20. I'll start back at verse 19 here in 2nd Ezra chapter 16. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Right? It says, behold, vigil shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So that's exactly what's happening. Right? Because now we're in that time where eggs is about to be $100 for one pack of eggs. You only got 2 in there. Right? So read that again at verse 21. It says, behold, visual shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell on the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So hey, if you think you got some food over there in your area, whatever the case may be, you're gonna get killed with a sword if you don't get destroyed by that famine. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. That's the point. That's what's about to happen to Babylon the Great. That's what's about to happen around the world. Jeremiah 16 and 19, 16 and 9. It says, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah of hosts, the power of Israel. Behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes and in your days the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. It says, and it shall come to pass. I mean, that's the point. I'm going to continue. But the point is, even now, people are still laughing, mocking, about what's happening upon earth, which is crazy. It says, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord Yahweh pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord Yahweh, our power? Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, said the Lord Yahweh, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. And that's the point, because this is Jacob's trouble, and this is only beginning. Right? I said that multiple times, that this is the beginning of sorrows. It's going to intensify to a point where all these different things we're reading now are going to happen. And a greater number of famine, people killing each other, for want of bread, sword, That's the point. And going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 24, it says, there shall be no man left to till the earth and sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick growths and in the clefts of the rocks. As in an orchard of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives. Let me jump down a little bit. Basically, it's going to be empty. It's going to be scarcity of people because of all the killing and famines and the judgment that the Most High Yahweh Bahasham is about to bring onto this place. That's why these elites, they got their bunkers and things already. They already got the people set up in there, the maids. They've been storing seeds, and food, and even Rick Ross got some cows down there in his bunker, but he's going to be melted when the nuclear missiles hit. So, and I'll just go down. I'll jump down to 32. It says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel through. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So that's exactly what's happening, right? And it's already started, and it's been started, and now Trump is about to intensify this, and pretty soon they're going to go after Iran. That's a part of their plans. It's all over their social medias and the news and the things that they want to censor. Verse 35, it says, hear now these things and understand them, ye servant of the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua. It says, behold, the word of the Lord Yahweh, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake, right? So don't believe these idols or anything like that. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. And it goes into tell us hopefully elect to be even as pilgrims. Right? The scriptures say in Isaiah 33:6 that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. It says, in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. So, and then ultimately, in the midst of all this, the MOTB comes into play, right? That's what's going to happen, because what the elites are doing is order out of chaos. All hell is breaking loose. These tariffs, all of the plagues and all of that. These tariffs are now upon Babylon the Great, because you haven't heard Trump sent tariffs to like Canada, Mexico, and China. And Canada said, well, we're going to send you some tariffs, and that's why I mentioned the eggs, because the prices of things are going to go up. Avocados. I think Mexico was talking about avocados. All hell is going to break them loose, and you can't afford it. And then you're gonna seek for help. They're gonna bring the universal basic income, wherever the case may be. You're gonna own nothing and be happy. Then they're gonna give you these MOTB devices, and your universal basic income will be on that. In the midst of all of that. So let me grab a little bit of that. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 67. It says, behold, Yahweh himself is the judge. Fear him, leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall Yahweh lead you forth, and deliver you from all trouble. All right, so, the whole elect will be delivered from these troops when they come in, like a flood, which is Isaiah 59 and verse 19. Because that with all of this, out of order, out of chaos, all this has to issue in, what Esau's plan is to bring in the MOTB. It says in verse 68, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. You can see now Jacob's trouble is upon us, and it's already happening with the northern kingdom. And these Jakes, right, the southern tribe, they think is sweet, and they're laughing, mocking and different things like that for the most part, but it's going to come to everybody. This is going to be happening to all tribes pretty soon. And what they're going to offer unto you is that MOTB, right? Because you are idle. You're not following after the Lord Yahweh. You're not seeking his ways. You're not turning back, putting on a new man, right? Verse 69, it says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Right? So that's for you individuals that's joined unto Esau, Edom, and you individuals that's idle, right? Not feeding the sheep. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And Trump is that madman, sparing none, right? He's coming at what the last I heard was like 1,200 a day arrests needed for these northern tribes, minimum. It says in verse 72, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. It's going to intensify. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Right? So That's because the Most High Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah is going to lift up that standard, right? Brothers are going to get spiritual powers in these days, a way to withstand the devil, Esau, Edom, That's pursuant to Isaiah 59:19, like I said. And that MOT is pursuant to Revelation 13:16, because that's what's coming, right? And what they're setting up to do now is to bring that in. All right, this is about to die. So that's Revelation 13:6. Let me get it right here. Let's see. So Revelation 13:16 says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the name of his name, right? So this mark is going to be tied to this universal basic income, when they bring all hell in and they try to issue in that peace and that safety, and give you a way out of all the hell that's happening upon earth, So with that, I'll say shalom to those elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.